You know, you have 5 guys that go up against each other, they shoot each other in the face.
1, 2, 3, oh my god!
It's like walking, you know, Smog's Horde, if he was part of the PC Master Race. You know, that kind of came to mind. You know, walking through that, it was just a gigantic cavern filled with goodies.
Alright, man, it looks like it's going to be another B-split push coming up here, standard as could be for the T side.
Yeah, they are getting ready for it right now. They've got 2 people coming out through the middle, 3 people grew up a dark at the moment. There's counter-terrorist holding 1 guy inside the B-bomb site, 1 guy down towards the middle of the map.
Yeah, that B-slope man on CT side is going to be the linchpin here. T side, they've managed to put the CT smoke down. No support coming in from the A site here for the defense. It's all going to come down to the entry shots here, the man making the plan.
It's getting kind of cold in here.
Hey man, did you leave the window open?
I don't think so. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth. You can take the blue, or the red pill, or the green one.
What? There's a green one? Sweet.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again here to the Caseking of the Hill, cooled by Alpenföhn. I'm Anders, with me is of course Semler and Vendetta. How are you guys doing? We had a bit of a break, but now we're ready with Fnatic and NiP, and that feels good.
Feels pretty great, yeah, no doubt. The rematch of Gamescom. I'm looking forward to it.
Right here, man. Right here. This is the match we've been waiting for. This is fantastic. Mouse did their best. Mouse tried to stop Fnatic, but Fnatic right now look unbeatable. They look like the monsters. They are so on top of their game. I'm actually worried for NiP going into this final. I'm actually worried that NiP are going to be able to, whether they're going to be able to hold on to their crown.
It'll definitely be tough. I mean, Fnatic are right now, at least for the last couple of weeks, they seem like they're just the team to beat, and it's definitely not, easy at the moment. So yeah, NiP are definitely going to be put to the test. They are the defending kings right now, so they have that going for them, but maybe Fnatic can uproot them and just claim that throne right there. Could definitely happen. We're still waiting for a couple of the players to join, and I think the server just restarted, but then we should be good to go. And the maps, well, we're going to start off with Dust 2, in fact. So that's always a nice sort of neutral map to start off with, I think, for both teams, in fact.
Yeah, both teams are solid on this map as well. I don't know, Ben, what do you think about Dust 2 to start this off?
A pretty open map for both teams, I guess. 50-50. Fnatic might have the upper hand, I guess, seeing how they played it versus Mouse Sports already, so they might be in the groove of things more than NiP, but Dust 2 is fairly open. It's kind of like Inferno. It's a map both teams have played a whole ton, so it's anybody's game.
And then it's Inferno afterwards, which I think Fnatic is generally, I think, one of the best teams at playing in Inferno. I think that's going to be really tough for NiP. And then Overpass as the final and deciding map if it goes to it. And I wouldn't be surprised if indeed it does. Now, guys, we have a couple of things to give away. One of them is these headsets that Summer and I are wearing, which is the BitPhoenix headset. We also have a CPU cooler from Alpenföhn that we're giving away. That's for everyone in the chat a little bit later. We'll do it in between these last matches here. And then also we have some subscriber giveaways that we'll come back to. Our first one failed a little bit because we didn't have a subscriber mode on for some strange reason. But next time we will, and we'll do the item giveaways then. So right now, well, they're still just joining up, but I'm going to switch it over to the game anyway. And there's also our Facebook giveaway at the bottom of the page, guys. If you haven't clicked the link down there that says raffle and like the Facebook page, then go and do it now, and you can win all sorts of stuff. But yeah,
man, it's a sick chair that you can win this week. Actually, AK Racing is one of the. It's like similar to the DX Racer. It's just a really nice chair. So you give the page a like, and you're in the drawing, and you're also in the raffles for all the raffles that we're going to do in the future. There's another like 7 tournaments that we're going to do here. So every week we're going to have more to give away on that page.
That's exactly right. So now's a good time to do it. If you haven't already, then definitely do that. Invite your friends, guys. Let them know that stuff's happening on here. If they haven't realized it already, you should definitely go and do that. And, I mean, this is a best-of-3 game, so either way, I think it's going to be really interesting to see who's going to be able to stand up. And it's a domestic match as well. It's Swede versus Swede action here.
Yeah, that's always interesting. That's the big thing here is NiP, they're going to be studied here. They will have been studied by Fnatic, and this Fnatic just barely let it through their fingers. Gamescom, the finals, losing to NiP on the last map in the final rounds of the last map to boot. So we're going to see it's similar maps again here in this best-of-3 that we're going to get to see between the two teams. So Dust 2 to start, Inferno as well. I'm really looking forward to Inferno, actually, to see who's going to come out on top there. Because Fnatic, they should have won it at Gamescom. NiP somehow managed to make it work for themselves. I'm wondering if they're going to be able to do it again here this once. Or, well, NiP, that is, seeing as how they're both Swedish.
Yeah, I really don't know. I mean, I think I've been, like everyone else, I've been pretty impressed by Fnatic's performances lately, so I think NiP are going to have to bring their A game, and sometimes they do, and when they do well, then they're the best in the world, right? That's what it seems like. When GetRight is hitting his shots, when Forrest is playing like he can, then that alone is almost enough, and then if the rest just do, just do average, that's still a really scary combination. But we shall find out soon enough. Who do you guys have as favorites to win it?
I'm actually going to side with Fnatic for this one. I think if they might take it 2-0, and if not, I think they have a better chance at winning Overpass than NiP does. Really that simple, yeah.
I'm really excited to see Overpass played since the changes have been made. I hope that we go to map 3 because I want to see how these teams adjust to some of the changes that have been made. Some of the peak spots taken away. A site been changed up as well. There's no longer that little hut, right? You know that JW love to lurk in with the Swag 7. So I'm curious to see how Fnatic will change it up, and I'm sure that both these teams have put some work into those maps as well, seeing as how more and more tournaments now are picking up Overpass in particular. So you know, this is going to be a sick best of 3 series. A lot of it is going to be riding on this first map, though, and I guess the big question is, you know, do you think it matters so much who's going to get the start on which side?
I honestly don't think so. Fnatic are a team that doesn't really seem to be bothered by their starts in any sort of way. They could end up being behind 5-0 early on the first half, regardless of what side they start on, and still bring it back to a reasonable score for them. So I don't think that's an issue that at least Fnatic are worried about, and I don't think NiP are either, given their experience. Just they know how to handle various situations, and I don't think any team is going to get phased by a rough start.
No, me neither. I think it has some minimal impact. If we had seen Nuke or something like that, obviously Fnatic ended up banning out Nuke against NiP. But if we had maybe starting on the CT side, would have made some sort of difference. Apparently now we're switching to Office, which obviously we're not. But we're still waiting for everyone to join up, so we should be good to go any second now. Once we get back into it, I'll try and show you some of the items we're giving away later for you guys out there in the subscriber team. But yeah, this is kind of, say it's not quite yet turning into a classic matchup, but it could be with the way Fnatic are playing right now. You know, now that we've lost the NiP Titan one, we're looking for one to sort of replace that, right?
Well, yeah, and it's not like these two teams don't have a lot of history. Well, if you think about the teams in names, you had Fnatic versus NiP in the first major ever for CSGO, so you've got that going, and obviously the second time around at Gamescom just a couple of weeks ago. So I think it's fair to say that they have kind of started a build up towards one of the big matchups, one of the classics, I guess, in CSGO. Yeah. And if Fnatic continue on the path that they're currently going down, this could probably be the matchup of all matchups.
It could well be. I think you're right. And yes, I mean, you're right. DreamHack Winter was Fnatic NiP. Fnatic won it. Gamescom is Fnatic NiP, and NiP won it. So now, I mean, yeah, we'll just add to that bit of history here with the best of 3 game. Now, these are the items that we're talking about now that we're actually back on here. There's one Vulcan that we're going to be giving away to a lucky subscriber. There's a Cyrex that we're going to be giving away to another lucky subscriber. And to a third sub, we're going to give away one of these M4A4 Asimovs. And thanks to CSGO Lounge, those 3 items were given to us by a guy named Prometheus. So thanks to you for helping us out. And the 4th item is the StatTrak AK that CSGO Lounge gave to us. So that's it. 4 items, 4 winners, and it's going to be all later tonight for the sub team. So big thanks to all of you. Now we've finally got a bunch of people on. We just need 2 more, and then we should be ready to go. Let's see. Just checking. Yeah, they are all joining any second now. So it can't be much longer, guys. We're definitely getting hot on our way here. So
we're nearly there.
We're nearly there, right? For Inferno, I think most of us can agree that they're probably Fnatic have an edge on Dust 2. I mean, it's not like Fnatic don't have a good shot of doing this. They have JW and Olofmeister for AWPing. They've already proven today that they're pretty good at playing this map. And NiP, I don't know, they sometimes are a little bit of a shaky team on Dust 2. I feel like, you know, when they get that really strong start on the CT side, it seems like they're hard to stop. But if they don't, then I'm going to be a little bit worried for NiP, in fact.
I actually think Fnatic has a better chance of winning Dust 2 than Inferno. Which seems kind of counterintuitive, I guess, seeing how Fnatic picked Inferno and NiP picked Dust 2. But NiP did win on Inferno at Gamescom. So they have that going for them. Even though, as you pointed out, I think a lot of people thought that Fnatic had Inferno in the bag for quite some time.
Yeah, man, then Fifth Lawrence stepped in and triple sprayed, and that was it. That was it. Fnatic, lights out. Yeah. They couldn't handle the 5th pair.
Yeah, broke their economy, and that was it. But yeah, for some reason, I just have the feeling that Fnatic are gonna get a pretty good start on Dust 2, and I think they're gonna take it. I wouldn't be too surprised actually if we saw Fnatic winning 2-0.
All right, that's a scary
bold. Yeah. Okay. No,
I would go with actually I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I think NiP are gonna win on Dust 2. I think they're gonna lose on Inferno. I think NiP are gonna take it on Overpass. I just think they must have spent their time on something NiP, and I'm going like out on a limb thinking it maybe they spent time working on Overpass. Yeah, that's my bet.
Yeah, Sam.
Aye.
Your 2 cents.
I think if it goes to overpass, NiP are going to be in real trouble. I think Fnatic have got a bit more play, or at least a bit more experience on the map, and they look like they've figured out the map pretty well. I don't know how much time they've been able to put into it in recent times, but I think that, you know, Fnatic might have an edge on overpass. So if it goes to overpass, I think Fnatic are going to win. But honestly, if NiP do manage to hit the ground running here, granted they're coming in cold, they haven't had that first best of 3 to warm up, but if they can actually get a good start on Dust 2, I wouldn't be surprised to see them take this 2-0 in fact. So I'm going to go with NiP. I'm going to say NiP 2-0, just because Dust 2, they are solid on the map, they figured it out, and I think that if they start on CT side, they start on T side, it doesn't really matter for them. And Inferno, like Ben said, you know, last time they played, they beat them, and it was for 100 grand.
Actually, something that we haven't really talked about, which, I mean, we didn't really get a lot of chance to talk when it was Mouse Sports versus Fnatic on this map, because it happened kind of quickly. But what we didn't see is we didn't see Fnatic, when they were on the terrorist side, use the fact that this A-bomb side has changed all that much. Not like we saw Titan when they were playing Epsilon yesterday. So I'm kind of, I mean, that could be another factor here, is which of these two teams have had enough time to prepare for the fact that now you can plant on the sort of outside of these boxes where you couldn't plant before. And that's a big change. It means you can all of a sudden focus a lot more on short or catwalk if you prefer, and maybe leave a little bit less to focus on long. So I'm not saying it will decide the match, but I mean, if NiP or Fnatic, if either of the teams have put in more effort to try and come up with a few strats with that kind of setup, then maybe we'll see something fun.
Wow. Well, we saw Fnatic do it once versus Mouseboards. When they wanted to plant for short, Krems ran towards short, but then got picked up instantly by Alu. So the plant didn't work really in their favor, but they still won the round. But Fnatic definitely know about it, I guess, is what we can conclude from the Mouseboards game. So we'll see if they have anything specific set up for it.
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
Yeah, well, it's like, I think we all are, really, because it's quite cool to see in the matches last night that Titan, that was one of their go-to plays, actually, that they would just smoke off the A site and plant for Cat, using that new bomb plant. So it was really, I mean, it comes as no surprise, I guess, that Existence, you know, clever guy is going to actually make use of that strategy now that the change has been implemented. But, you know, Pronax, same sort of thing. I mean, he's the kind of guy who came up with the tricky smoke plants on Inferno. The very cheeky smoke plants where, you know, you hide in the smoke, you disregard the defense, and you just go for the plant straight up. Those were Pronax's plays. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him actually even be willing to use some of his secret strats here to take out NiP. I mean, let's not forget, there's €750 on the line right here. 250 if you take second place, but if you take first place, 750, and then you're guaranteed at least 250 next week. That's a fine chunk of change right there for an evening's work.
Yeah, we do give out €1,000 every week to whoever, you know, combined. But we didn't want to make it, you know, winner take all, just because it's a bit of an incentive for the runners up to do something. And we do invite, you know, a couple of more teams, so maybe that makes sense in the long run. But yeah, if you win this week, then obviously next week, even if you're in second place, you're still sort of guaranteed to win 250. So you'll still automatically walk away at 1,000, even if you lose the upcoming week. Pronax having some ping issues with his server, it seems. He's up to 120 ping, so that's not good at all. Hopefully they're going to be able to figure that out. If not, we might have to switch back to a different server, and that's going to delay us a tiny bit, but it will be alright, guys. We do have our wonderful admin from Fragbite, in fact, where he's on loan to us here. So, and speaking of Fragbite, that's coming up soon as well.
Yep, that just got announced today. What is it, like 46,000 USD pretty much on the line for CS? Online until the top 4, and then top 4 will be played out on LAN here in Stockholm. That's pretty sick. That's going to be right around the corner, actually, all throughout the month of October.
Not too shabby. Okay, so this is the most Swedish thing I've ever seen. So yeah, you were talking about Pronax having bad routing to the current server. So instead of trying a new server, he's just got to swap out his internet connection, because apparently he has more than one.
Okay.
If that's not Swedish, then I don't know.
And they're probably both fiber, right?
Yeah, you know, obviously.
Obviously, like he's just like, it's all good. Hold on, just give me a sec, real quick, guys. Goes out to the yard, unplugs one line, puts another one in.
Interesting. Well, fair enough. Hopefully he's going to be able to do it fairly quickly, and it'll be all right. I don't know. I used to have 2 different connections, but one of them was a sort of a wireless 4G connection, and that wasn't fun at all. So I don't miss those days.
I've you know, at my place, it's the same thing, right? I've got 2 connections. I've got one, it's a hamster wheel, and the other one is a bit bigger. It's for rabbits. Now, rabbits, man, if you put a carrot, those suckers can run. So, you know, that's my emergency internet connection right there. You know, I go to the rabbits, but the hamsters usually get the job done pretty well.
You must be the only person in Sweden that has basically that bad internet. It's incredible.
It's probably
bad.
like,
hey, you better watch what you say, Anders.
Are you gonna put hamsters on me?
You know, well, I'm gonna stick the hamsters. The thing is that, you know, if I ever need to, you know, I need a meal in a pinch, it's perfect. You know, if I can't make it to the market, that's why those rabbits, they know they gotta run, they gotta haul ass on there, because the slow one, it's not gonna be around too long.
He's gonna be soup by the end of the night. That's just cruel, man. We're gonna get letters from Peter now. Just you know.
They've learned, man. They've learned. They gotta run for their food.
To not become food. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. What are we waiting for? Pronax, get in here. And we're also missing one NiP member. So get right.
Get right.
Strangely AFK. That's kind of the calm before the storm right here. So if you are joining us and you haven't got anything else to do, then remember to follow the channel if you haven't done it already. Just click the follow button. It's pretty much free of charge. And if you really want to help us, you can go and join the sub team, which we definitely appreciate as well. Yeah, and I'm just waiting patiently, hoping we won't have to switch this over. If we do, then obviously it'll be for the best overall, because we do want a fair matchup here, but we'll see.
Again, this is so Swedish. Freiburg is making fun of Krems for having high ping. I mean,
and Krems
they're going at each other, yeah. It's like, oh, you have a poor internet connection, how can you call yourself a Swede?
Alright, well, with the delay, we're good. We're gonna be live soon, guys. Don't worry. So, just a couple more bad jokes, maybe, and we'll be underway.
We definitely should be. Obviously, we'll start off with a knife round to decide who's going to be starting on what side. Not that it will make a huge difference, but you never know. I mean, I don't know. Again, I'd love to see NiP starting on the CT side and being off to a really good start. I think they show us the more sort of interesting side of NiP on this too, and they get to do that stuff. Whereas sometimes I think if they're off to a slow start on the CT side, it becomes a really long struggle for them. And I'm not sure Fnatic are going to allow them to play that kind of game anyway.
No, I don't think so either. I think Fnatic are going to show a bit of what they showed Mouse earlier, basically. Very quick strats that aim to catch NiP off guard, potentially. The thing is that NiP are definitely, you know, it's like Mouse Sports are just, they're the uncut gem, right? They need a lot of work. They need to be buffed quite a bit, right? Whereas NiP are the fine cut diamond, right? They're the 1,000 carat, you know, gem basically, that have figured out every rotation. They work so well together that catching them off guard is really difficult. You gotta catch them on a bad day, right? You know, Freiburg's gotta wake up on the wrong side of the bed, something like that, for you to have a chance versus NiP. So if anybody's gonna do it, it's gonna be Fnatic. It's just not gonna be easy.
Oh, they're having a bit of a strange game here in the knife round.
Oh, Flusha. That was sick, the jumping knife on the get right.
But is it gonna matter, right? At what cost? They could win it. Everyone's been stabbed once. That's really the only thing that matters.
This is amazing. Oh, Flusha, you gotta take that fight. Olafmeister almost getting boxed in. I can't believe this. I feel like Olafmeister has run backwards the entire map.
He really has. They're taking this very seriously. Fnatic will come out on top. Again, it really doesn't make a big difference, but at least we got the knife round done with. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, then welcome to the show. This is Room on Fire, and the Caseking of the Hill, cooled by Alpenföhn. Week 7 is what we're at. We've got NiP and Fnatic defending the throne right here. Is NiP and Fnatic. They're our challengers. So, welcome to the show. It's a best of 3 game. First map going to be Dust 2. Second's going to be Inferno, and third one, if it goes to it, is going to be Overpass. Invite your friends and get ready to enjoy some good Counter-Strike here, so we all do love. So, NiP, they actually do get swapped over here. They're going to be starting on the terrorist side, so Fnatic want to see if they can, get that CT side rolling quickly.
Yeah, this is something that, you know, Titan started doing a lot, NiP started doing a lot, you know, even if you win the knife, you start CT side on Dust 2. So it comes as no surprise. Fnatic have definitely adopted that strategy, and they've shown that it works for them very well. So it's going to be pressure on NiP. It almost feels like it is a CT-sided map now, weirdly enough, just because teams are willing to go CT so often. Even after winning the knife, they're willing to take the least favored side, and Forrest gets nearly headshot right off the bat.
Yeah, that's a pretty gruesome amount of damage done already. Flashes out onto long here. Freiburg trying to see if he can catch JW, but Olafmeister's there to help out. That's a great headshot. helping JW just when it mattered the most. And now Fnatic are not actually in bad positions to deal with this B push coming in here. Crims is a little bit flashed. He's going to get unflashed, and Get Right will take him down up in the windows. Flusher peeking in, takes down Get Right, and now it's looking great for Fnatic.
Oh, JW with a 6-shot on Patharn as well. The rotation gets cut off, and now he's just alive behind the big box. He's going to get rushed down. No mercy. 4 guys there from Fnatic just closing in on him like sharks. And that was a very fine hold from Fnatic. Everywhere they managed to shut down NiP and not give up any kills.
Really well done by Fnatic. They pretty much left themselves in situations where they were a man up on NiP, and regardless of as to where they went. We saw that very clearly on Long, where they managed to pick off Freiburg there. So that was really well done by Fnatic. Now they just need to get a clean eco round, or anti-eco.
It's looking pretty damn good.
NiP kind of giving them a good chance of doing that. Get Right here in the middle with a scout looking for somebody. He's pretty much going to get wrapped around any second here. They're coming up from behind as well, and should be an easy way for Fnatic to settle this. Does get a body shot in there, but JW is going to live through the round, and NiP don't kill a single member. In fact, they were trying to push through Long through the Molotov that was there as well. So it's a little bit crazy by NiP, and it doesn't have the best result.
No, that was very odd by Get Right. We've seen him pick up more and more scoped rifles as well. He's been doing it on Nuke, you know, for example, going with the AWP. That time around with the scout, he had opportunities as well. And towards the end there, I feel like Flusha was even taunting him, just jumping back and forth across the doors. And Get Right not able to do anything with that gun. So $1,700 kind of wasted there by NiP. Not the best play.
A great grenade up on short. It's actually going to catch a lot of NiP members. And now it's just easy pickings for the rest of Fnatic. They do lose Pronax, but I'm not sure that's such a big deal. Exists down the middle. Might be able to catch a kill on Crims here, but up from behind as well. And actually, they just give a kill to Crims with that submachine gun. So 3-0 for Fnatic is definitely a good start. They haven't lost that many members in the anti-ecos, and it's going to be on NiP to try and see if they can change that.
Now they have to deal with Fnatic with the firepower. JW upgrades to the AWP. Crims fully equipped. Good money on Fnatic's side. No AWP picked up by NiP, but no real surprise there either. I don't think that they're going to favor the AWP on their T side right now. It seems like, you know, they're perfectly fine with going with rifles, being aggressive, and being mobile more than anything, I think. They want to be able to just go off of Freiburg's entry frags, I think. You know, if they can find a frag somewhere, they want to speed up very quickly. And Flusha through the smoke, just Flusha things. Just sprays and catches exist with the headshot.
Yeah, and down on Long in return, Fiflaren almost caught Pronax, but he's down to 7 points of health, so that's how narrow the margin is right here. That could have just as well been, you know, Fnatic losing a member early on and NiP staying alive with one guy and 7 points of health, but as it is, it's a pretty big win for Fnatic here. Now they have a one-man advantage, and NiP in the first buy round here, they gotta come up with something big.
They've definitely got to find a way to deliver here. JW still peeking around mid, looking towards top cat. There's no smoke there, and he's going to have the opportunity to find Freiburg, who is walking in from cat. He gets another kill, drops Forrest, who had the bomb. Now Fiflaren is caught behind the box at mid. Get Right looking to flank in through B site, but Crims is still here. There's no hope. JW is going to be caught, actually, the smoke cutting Crims off, but Crims will find the frag in the end, and this is all down to Fiflaren, who gets a good spray, but it's still a 1v3, and he's only got 10 HP.
Yeah, Crims is going to find him, and that will be the end of the round. So, what do you make of that, man? That's a 4-0, and NiP with a very slow round where they got picked off a lot more than they got pickoffs.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what went wrong for them. They didn't get the pickoffs they needed, and they set up for a pick-based strategy, or a pick-based play, which is pretty common on Dust 2. And if that doesn't work out, you kind of have to hope for one of your players to come up with something magical for you to win that didn't happen for them.
That is very much NiP as well. NiP kind of live or die off of that entry a lot of the times. So Fnatic are definitely going to be well aware of that fact, and they're going to be trying to take advantage of it. Look at how passively Fnatic are holding right now on this anti-eco round. All up on the sites. No easy frags here for NiP to be had.
No, definitely not. And I think that's a really smart move here. Don't want to give anything away, and indeed they won't. The Flusher with a triple kill. Right now, Olofmeister 8-1-0. Looking very strong, just like he did against Mouse Sports. And well, NiP can buy again, and Forrest now is going to pick up an AWP, and I think that's his spawn position that makes a big difference here. Spawning so close to Long, and Olofmeister's going to peek middle, so maybe Forrest could open up, but no, Flusher, there's not going to be anyone Long, actually. So, Forrest won't even get a chance.
JW. Look at JW. He's pushed all the way up top mid right now. Catches Freiberg reloading. There's the spray. Freiberg gets one, but he can't get the second. JW is still trying to make his getaway here. He's going to get caught in lower dark, but then he just walks in and gets 2 kills. JW 3 kills right at the beginning of the round.
Yes, and that was definitely really strange by NiP. I mean, they were obviously battling out with someone who was up on short, and they were shooting down the middle and everything. But somehow they got caught by surprise by the fact that JW came back. And that, I don't know, that was, I mean, it was a great move from Fnatic, pushing up that aggressively early and picking up Freiberg. And then...
The worst part is that was total surprise. Fiflaurin was hiding in suicide, so he couldn't actually, I don't think he could tell Freiberg that there was a guy there. Nice shot by Forrest, though, on Wolfmeister mid. Misses the second follow-up, however.
He hit that one through the door, though. JW, oh my god, Forrest! Bringing it back into a 2-on-2, but they still got to deal with Flusher, and he's in a great position. This is going to be almost impossible for Forrest to know. And Flusher, great spray control, takes down the remaining NiP members, and that's going to make it 6-0. Man, the NiP need to get their heads in this game right here, because right now Fnatic are having their way with them.
Yeah, well, the push we saw from Fnatic there is something they've actually done quite a lot of in recent times, which is pushing JW and Pronex up into middle. The biggest issue for NiP that round was the fact that as soon as Freiberg went down in mid, Fiflaurin and Suicide was not in a position to actually gain any information for them, and I think that's why JW was able to catch the 2 people in lower off guard. Simply because they have no info whether or not JW pushed further up or if he actually rotated back towards short.
Great grenade on Forrest here. Now he's even lower than he was just already from being shot through the smoke. Freiberg going to push out on short, tries to see if he can get a pick up on somebody. And Pronex is controlling long. Fnatic right here just have really good positions. NiP, again, just like we were talking about earlier, they need some sort of entry frag. But there's not any way to easily pick up a Fnatic member right now without going for a challenge.
Pronex might be in a pretty awkward situation if he doesn't get back pretty soon. But it seems like he's going to push him with a flash.
And he actually gets away. He should be going down. They're spraying through. Pronex picks up the kill as the pistol. And Fiflaurin will return it. But then Flusher shows up. And I think NiP took a lot longer than they should have to really get that kill in. And now they lose down the middle. Get right going down to Crims.
Fiflaurin is still waiting around here, though. Flusher's actually going to push into house. Not sure that Fiflaurin heard that at all. They go running away. He turns away. He turns around, but he's not able to get the kill on Flusher. Freiberg with a sick headshot on Olofmeister, though, opens up the A site. There's a man close. It's JW, but he's on CT slope, and he isn't really in a position to be able to stop this plant from going down. Instead, he's going to count on his teammates just rotating in, and it looks like it's going to be the retake situation here for Fnatic.
Oh my god, no scope, and he jumps! JW picks up the double kill. That was a sick finish here from the Fnatic player. Even without it, they might have been able to win it anyway, but that was definitely very impressive. And if he had gone down, that would have been a 2-on-2. That looked just completely insane.
That was not too shabby at all. And I think you hit the nail on the head at the beginning of that. They took way too long to actually get down Pronex. Well, they didn't even down him at all until he actually picked up a frag on Exist. And there's no way you should have been allowed to actually get a frag in that situation. So, yeah. And seeing how they used so much time, they couldn't safely push out on too long after because Flusher had the rotation down.
Pronex coming in, almost picks up a kill on Get Right as well. Again, Fnatic here are getting way more than they should from these situations here. Exist gonna go down through the smoke. That's a great triple from Olofmeister, in fact. And, well, headshot from Get Right, but it's going to be Fiflaurin to step it up here, and he almost does. Could have easily got a kill on Flusher. One more click there, and it would have been home. And now Get Right's in a really awkward 1-on-2 here. They have the grenades, and he doesn't even have the bomb picked up right now.
No, the bomb is still dropped across, but Get Right, he's doing what Get Right does best, basically. He's got a minute left on this clock, so he's looking to see if Fnatic are going to make any kind of mistakes. Lobs a nade in there, and if Flusher was any closer... Or he was close, but he was just around the angle, so the nade didn't actually do any damage. And now Get Right, he gets spotted out on A slope. He's down to 6 HP, and they've got him pinned in.
Yeah, they do one click on him here. It's going to be enough, and he knows it as well. He's going to go for it. Just needs a headshot on either player, or just a bullet as well on Flusher, and it's going to be all over here. But there it is. Crims will take him down, and Fnatic secure the round. But again, I think down on long, Pronex, he got away with way too much. He got the first kill, that was cool, but they could have probably sprayed him down through the smoke before he even got a chance to kill anyone else. Feels like NiP are a little bit sort of rusty. They're waiting to warm up here.
I actually think it's more to the point that Fnatic are playing extremely well at right now.
Oh,
They're doing everything right. Yeah, and right now we see the push once again coming out from Fnatic. Doesn't work out quite the same way this time around. Actually, they did get a single kill from it. Force survives with 10 HP.
Oh.
Well, you know, I had to jinx it.
Yeah.
The fadeaway nade from Flusha.
Forrest even saw it coming and actually started running a good while before then, but he couldn't just make it out of the blast range here. Man, 8-0. What a stunning result from Fnatic here. It wasn't just that Mouse Sports, you know, didn't have a chance. It seems like Fnatic are just looking unstoppable right now.
Yeah. The good thing for NiP right now is the fact that that kill made the rotation out from Fnatic, which basically leaves long completely open. So if NiP are able to capitalize on this, they could smoke off the crossover and actually get onto the bomb site, but it seems like both JW and Flush are wary of what's about to happen.
Yeah, they rotated over both of them together really quickly there, and now they're going to be in an ideal position. Smoke is going to come in, the bank shot into CT, but oh, nicely done there. Fiflaren manages to pick up the frag, but 3 guys from NiP were there to cut him down. Flush is going to try and get control of Cat. He stops the single push coming in from Get Right, but now it's going to be NiP moving up a slope onto this site.
Flusha, actually Crim's coming in to help out here. Exist caught out. He will take the kill anyway. And we are in a 2-on-2 once again. NiP, they need to get this bomb down. Olofmeister's here. Grenade's going to rain. He won't kill anyone, but it'll do good damage. The bomb will be planted here. Crims gets a kill. Exist very low on health. Almost kills Olofmeister. But once again, it's Fnatic to take the round. And they survive it, making it 9-0. And I actually think a lot of credit. I mean, Flusha got the 2 kills, but I think the really cool thing he did this round was instead of weirdly trying to take the battle against long and short while being inside the bomb site, as you said, he just kind of went for the control of short. He got the kill on Get Right, and that did a lot to win the round for Fnatic.
Yeah, and that kind of tells you also that he has trust in his teammates to actually keep the guys at long off him for long enough for him to actually push that towards Cat. Because he, as you said, he only has one option there if he doesn't want to get sandwiched, and that's to take the fight to either Cat or long. And obviously, having spotted that 3 people at long, he can, you know, easily tell that he's going to have the better shot at taking over short. So with his teammates from spawn flashing him out, they've also probably heard Get Right moving up towards short. That makes the decision pretty easy for him.
Flusha flashing himself into upper dark and taking down Get Right, who was even in position with a teammate up there. I think it was Fiflaren with him, but NiP they just can't seem to do anything.
That was just a sick flash from Flusha, though. No taking that away from Flusha. Oh, Flusha again, triple kill for him this round, but he gets 2 at mid doors. Fiflaren trying to work his way onto the site, gonna get the headshot on Olofmeister, but he's still alive in a 1v3 right now, and Crims is already in position at the windows. They've got 2 guys moving up on B slope as well. Fiflaren trying to take this fight, but he's gonna get flanked in the end. Just too many guys to keep track of in that position. But did you see how Flusha threw that pop flash? That's the first time I've seen that pop flash. That was really cool.
I definitely, so I think I've seen it a couple of times before as well, but I mean, it was definitely great, but what was interesting was that NiP were in a position where they should have been ready for it, essentially. So what we're really seeing is NiP, they're trying for, like, pick-off-based style, where they try and get the opening frag. That doesn't work. They're trying for defensive styles to try to catch Fnatic going aggressively, and that doesn't work either. So the question is, what's really left for NiP? Because I mean, everything Fnatic does seems to just work.
Yeah, well, right now, they have finally broken through on long. Promax does not get a single kill. He actually doesn't even put damage on any of the NiP members. So if NiP are quick to just pounce on this, they could actually get onto the site for once.
And they are not that quick, and JW is going to pick up a kill Flusha as they try and cross over. So yeah, they get long control, but then they get sort of stuck here. Great grenade comes out. Exist is going to fall, and it's Get Right with a scout. He's going to go down as well. 11-0. This is turning into a stomp.
This could easily be 15-0.
Yeah, at this rate, it definitely could.
Because NiP has not been close to getting around, it feels like. Or they have been in a couple of 2v2 situations and so on, but it really feels like Fnatic are just playing a superb game of Counter-Strike right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like they get into 2-on-2s, but you never really get that feeling of that like Fnatic are rushing or like they feel pressured.
Yeah.
You haven't really seen that where it's like, oh man, Fnatic think they're going to lose this round, that they feel they have to push, they have to speed up or something. It's just like, no, Fnatic are just doing their business, doing their jobs. And it's really nice to see. And now Fnatic are just looking for the retake on A site. This bomb will get planted here for NiP, but now they get pinned down on the site. Good shot from Forrest, takes out Flusha, but there's still 4 members alive here for Fnatic. And it's all down to Fiflaren now on long. He's got no HP now, as JW will find him with the CZ, and Fnatic 12 rounds on the board now.
And I think what we're entering now is sort of the Fnatic, like, you know, like this, the super highway, basically, where there's just no stopping them. You can see how aggressive they were in the middle and on short this time. they feel like, and they're right as well, they feel like at this point, no matter what they do, it's just going to work. So they're just gonna play way out of their own comfort zone. But in return, NiP will have no chance of reading what's happening any longer, because it's all just, you know, crazy at this point.
I don't think it's that it's out of their comfort zone. I think it's just that their comfort zone is expanded to no limits. Really, everything they do is within their comfort zone.
That's a good way of putting it.
I'll
accept that. Yeah.
And that makes it extremely out of NiP's comfort zone because they have no idea what's going on right now.
Could have been an opening kill for Exist. That's a good return from Forest here. JW will kill Flaren with the C-set 75 over on Long. So just when NiP had a chance to at least equalize, it gets taken away from them again.
And Fnatic have been so good at this the entire game. If they don't get a favorable opening, they at least get the trade. Even though that might favor the T side for the time being, but at least they never go down a man and get or come out empty-handed.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's really important. Get right. We'll find a man on. He'll find Flusha trying to push out through the smoke on CT. He did get flashed in, Flusha from JW, but now it's going to be JW pushing through. CZ nearly gets 2. Freiburg reacts in time, and Get Right's there to save him. But we're into a 2-on-2 now, and Olofmeister's still alive on this B site, but Pronax in a great position for the flank, and Fnatic will get both frags. NiP can't even get onto that bomb site.
Olofmeister with a really ridiculous AWP shot then. That was very cool. Just had a pixel to shoot at then, and he wasn't even sure what the guy was to begin with. So yeah, 13-0. This is... It's not often you get to see a team treat NiP like this, is it?
It certainly isn't every day, no. This is... It's not often you get to see a team play just so well. Like, fantastic. Really, just near perfect. Fnatic are not giving any room for NiP to work with. They're playing their game. Now, at this point, they're the way they're evolving with their game now as well, because they've got so many rounds on the board, their CT side, they can do whatever they want. This only gets harder for NiP, who are now only 2 rounds away from getting perfected in the first half of this first map of this best of 3. Exist will take Pronax over at Longhouse. So finally, something coming back NiP's way, but there's still a man down.
Yeah, Flusha just sort of casually ran into the middle to take down Forest. I mean, the sort of plays that normally if you saw, you know, a team do this kind of stuff, you'd be like, you know, that's a big risk to take. You know, you're on the CT side and you push in like that. But right now, as you said, it's all game for Fnatic. JW jumping down from short to kill Get Right with the CZ, leaving Exist alone in a pretty dreadful 1-on-3 here. And he's going to walk right into JW's scope and actually going to get double teamed as well. Goes down to Crims. Man, this is... It's rough even watching this. Got to be really rough for NiP trying to come up with a solution.
Well, how do you come up with solutions to so much unexpected? Early. Well, what Flusha did there, he waited for the... well, he had Crims behind him in mid, throw Pop Flash into mid, which is... Okay, normally you'd see that and somebody peek with an op, so maybe they expected JW to take a peek up into mid, right? That would be something you could expect. Having Flusha run in, chasing you after you into Lower Dark, that's probably something you won't expect.
Yeah. I think that's what it's down to. Flashbang in on Long here. Really great idea, and Pronax is going to pick up that kill. And NiP wants to move up short in the meantime with the bomb, which is kind of a good idea, but they need the kills, and JW is going to deny it. Olofmeister down from Long. Yeah, NiP get the bomb plan, but how on earth are they going to try and hold on to this bomb site? The answer is it's really going to be quite rough here. Good kill from Get Right. Still a long ways to go.
On JW, he gets flanked, but he's going to get saved by Crims in the end through Fire and Flames. Good half, instantly called there by NiP.
Yeah, good half. I mean, they're definitely professional players, so they keep their cool like this. And I mean, normally we don't want to see a team ever give up, but I wouldn't put it, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if NiP are thinking, all right, guys, how do we win Inferno? Because this is... I don't know. This is a pretty big statement from Fnatic.
Yeah, this is brutal.
This is going to be 16-0.
Yeah,
I don't see NiP winning this. I don't see them winning a round. They've just been demolished every single round up till this point.
All right, well, let's see. Fnatic, they're looking like they want to go for a quick B play here. They've got the bomb and 4 guys gathered up in Upper Dark. Crims, who was keeping count of how many people were running past in mid, is going to join them, and this is going to be a delayed YOLO rush out onto B. Everybody just goes charging in, and now it comes down to the defense. Who can hold?
Well, not Freiburg. He's going to go down. It's a 6 shot from Forest here. They need a lot more. Get Right helps out as well. Forest looking for one more click here with the headshot, but he's not going to get it. The bomb is down, and it's a 3-on-3. Forest, I almost wish he would have fallen back just so they had that one more round for the retake here, but he wanted that headshot. JW is going to take down Get Right. Flareon coming through the window here. Exist. Can he get the pick off? No, JW cannot be stopped. He's got the knife out as well. Trying to see if he can get Flareon, and that's it. 16-0. Fnatic perfecting NiP.
Amazing, just amazing. Really, I mean, I don't think any of us could have expected it to be that thorough, that dominant from Fnatic. Like that's really just amazing to see that they were able to play that well on Dust 2 as well. Like man,
I will say that I did call that I thought Fnatic were gonna win Dust 2.
Yeah, you did.
Not 16-0 though.
I don't think anybody, like, if somebody bet even like $2 on a 16-0 win for Fnatic on that map, they're millionaires right now. Yeah. Like the odds of that guess, like they retire on an island in the Caymans, like seriously.